guys, we've got some incredible news for low-income seniors and people with disabilities today, as well as a whole lot of ways that you could put extra money in your pocket with just a few clicks. So let's start off with the seniors. Every year, we hear from frustrated seniors and others who get their food stamps benefits scraped away when those annual COLA increases hit. Now, it really isn't fair that when your retirement and your disability benefits go up, your food benefits go down, but that could all change very soon thanks to the COLAs Don't Count Act. Congressional Representatives Gwen Moore from Wisconsin and Jan Schakowsky from Illinois have introduced this groundbreaking new legislation that would exempt those annual COLA increases from the food stamps calculations, meaning that they couldn't count against you anymore. This is a big deal because last year, about 28,000 SNAP households completely lost their food benefits because of those increases, and about 36% of all SNAP households lost an average of $32 a month when that COLA hit. So please reach out to your congressional representatives and ask them to support the COLAs Don't Count Act. And while you're reaching out, ask them to also support the Keeping Kapuna Fed Act, which would entirely exempt all Social Security benefits from the food stamps calculations. That act still hasn't moved since it was referred to committee on June 1st, and I've been watching it closely. So it's not all good news in Congress, unfortunately, though. The House GOP Agriculture Appropriations Bill was recently released, and it includes drastic funding cuts for WIC. The WIC program provides supplemental food for pregnant women and children under the age of 5 years old, and it's a very critical program. Business Insider projects that under these new proposals, 750,000 babies and parents would lose food benefits altogether, and the remaining 5.3 million participants would likely see their benefits reduced because the bill specifically targets the monthly allotment for fresh fruits and vegetables and wants to slash that allotment by about 50%. Okay, so now let's talk about those ways that I said you could put extra cash in your pocket, because I know that's what you really want to know. There is a lot of information here today, so please stick with me. The Healthwell Foundation has introduced a new financial assistance program for people who are living with type 2 diabetes. This fund can provide up to $1,000 in medication copay assistance. In order to be eligible, you must have a household income that is 300% or less of the federal poverty level. That's 3 times the federal poverty level. You need to call their organization at 800-675-8416 to apply over the phone. Also, there are a ton of business grants with deadlines coming up in the next week or two, and these grants are often available to gig workers, home-based businesses, and others. So I'm just going to mention a few of these here, but I have a full list on our website at lowincomerelief.com/news if you're interested. So the Venmo Small Business Grant will provide $10,000 to 20 small business owners, but you have to apply by August 7th. Orange County, Florida Small Business Grants will provide up to $10,000 to small businesses, including those home-based businesses and gig workers who experienced a revenue decline during the pandemic. Applications for that are due August 11th. Cook County 2023 Source Grant will provide up to $20,000 for small businesses in Cook County, Illinois that started before 2020. Applications for that one are due August 18th. Now, to apply for these grants or to see more just like them, you need to sign up for a free account at Skip. You can do that using our affiliate link below. And no business, no problem. I found cash for you too. There are a ton of class action settlements with deadlines coming up soon. These settlements can put cash in your pocket, and it's actually really easy to file claims for most of these. Most of them don't even require you to submit any evidence. You just fill out a basic form with your contact information and details and click submit, and you're good to go. So let's talk about some of the deadlines that you don't want to miss. There are not one, but 2 Facebook settlements with deadlines this month. The Facebook location settlement is for anyone who used Facebook and whose location services setting for the Facebook app was turned off at any time between January 30th, 2015 and April 18th, 2018. Claims for that are due on August 11th. The other settlement is the Facebook privacy settlement, which I've talked to you about before. This one is for anyone who used Facebook between May 24th, 2007 and December 22nd, 2022. You can file a claim for that one online by August 25th. No proof is required for either of those. Now, here are some others that you may not have heard about yet. The Roblox content removal settlement is for those who used Roblox prior to May 11th, 2023, and had virtual items removed from their account. Make sure you apply online for that one before August 10th. The DirecTV unwanted calls settlement is expected to pay about $324 per claim. If you received a telemarketing call from a certain DirecTV dealer despite being on the National Do Not Call registry, this one's for you. The deadline to file a claim for that one is August 7th. There are a few other settlements as well, but I'll put the information on those on our website. I don't want to bore those of you who are not interested. So you can find all of that information if you follow the link in the description of this video. So now we're going to move on to our local news I got settlements on the brain. We're going to move on to our local news segment. We have updates for the following states and territories today: Alabama, California, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Texas, Virginia, and Washington. I'm going to move very quickly through this section, but remember that you can always follow that link in the description to go to our website to find more information, as well as links to our original sources. So, Alabama has set aside more money for LIHEAP, so please contact your community action agency if you need help with your utility costs. In California, the Los Angeles Housing Department is encouraging low-income renters to call 211 for assistance if you need help with your outstanding rent. In Long Beach, an organization called Help Me Help You is providing free grocery delivery for seniors and free grocery grab-and-go bags for low-income people across the city. In Colorado, Mission Medical Center has temporarily closed due to a lack of funding. They are currently hosting a fundraiser in the hope that they will be able to reopen. In Florida, many utility companies have pledged not to disconnect your utilities during excessive heat. Florida Power and Light will not disconnect you if the weather is over 95 degrees, and Duke Energy will not disconnect you if the heat index is over 105 degrees or higher. If you are struggling with your bill, make sure you apply for LIHEAP as well. In Illinois, there's a lot of big news for Chicago specifically. Cradles to Crayons is distributing free backpacks, and the city is setting aside money to help residents install electric stoves, heat pumps, and other energy efficiency measures as well. The city is also looking to connect with people who have been scammed by a specific company, Vision Property Management. So if you have, please reach out to the city. In Indiana, Duke Energy has donated more than $200,000 to support local food banks and other food resources. In Kentucky, the Community Action Kentucky office can provide up to $100 to pay your water bills. You need to apply by September 22nd. LIHEAP applications are open until then as well. Louisiana is offering up to $3,000 towards your water bills, but you need to apply right away. Sewela Technical Community College is also offering free Class B CDL training for residents of Cameron Parish, but those classes do start on Monday, August 7th, so you need to register right away if you're interested. In Maine, the Quality Housing Coalition recently began a limited guaranteed income pilot that will provide $1,000 a month to 20 mothers for an entire year. In Maryland, the Housing Authority of Baltimore has opened applications for low-income housing on August 1st. Those applications will only be open until August 14th. You can apply online, but you need to do it right away. In Massachusetts, Worcester County Community Action Council has received funding and approval to establish a guaranteed income pilot program. This program will provide between $100 and $500 a month to 52 low-income households. The funds will be provided on preloaded gift cards and can be spent however you see fit. In New Jersey, a new Department of Health program in Hunterdon County is providing eye exams and other services to low-income people who can't otherwise afford them. The events are held once a month and are available by appointment only. To get an appointment, you need to call 908-806-4570 for service in English or 908-806-4548 for service in Spanish. In New York City has penned a new agreement with RIP Medical Debt. This agreement will eliminate hundreds of millions of dollars in medical debt that is owed by New York City residents to New York City providers. There are also some low-income housing announcements, which I'm just going to put on the website because if you can't tell, I'm starting to fade here. So, alrighty. In North Carolina, the state is offering Seniors Farmers Market Nutrition Program vouchers until September 30th. The Guilford County Board of Commissioners is also setting up a crisis intervention program that can help with your cooling costs, but you'll need to contact the Guilford County Department of Health and Human Services Division for help with that. In Pennsylvania, about 173,000 low-income seniors are expected to be eligible for the expanded property tax and rent rebate program under the newly passed HB 1100. This legislation will expand the income limits and increase the maximum relief to $1,000. In South Dakota, Western Dakota Technical College now offers tuition assistance for low-income students who receive help from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also called SNAP, EBT, or food stamps. This program provides help with tuition and fees. In Texas, Cap Metro has introduced reduced fares for low-income Austin residents. This program is called Equifare and serves those who have a household income that is at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. In Virginia, a new state-mandated program goes into effect this year. This program will ensure that Virginia residents do not pay more than 10% of their income toward their utilities. In order to be eligible for this protection, you must have a household income that is at or below 150% of the federal poverty level. Also, families in Charlottesville may be able to get help with child care costs. Mixed Delivery intends to help cover child care costs for more than 500 families this year. In order to qualify, your child must be between 3 and 4 years old and live in a low-income home. They must also attend a participating learning center. In Washington State, the Vancouver Housing Authority is installing air conditioners in many of their properties. To help combat the heat, portable air conditioners will be provided to units in 5 complexes that serve low-income seniors. And that's all I can do for this week. Please make sure you check out our recent EBT update for even more low-income news you need to know, and I'll